Yeah, everyone saw that video and thought black, yet not one drop of melanin was in the frame. My friend asked me my thoughts on the group Cortis. I kept it short and sweet. I think they're trying to act black. Lo and behold, less than a week later, the video sparking today's conversation was uploaded. The video is based on the video doesn't match the trend from TikTok. Cortis recreated it for the holidays. Yay! The backlash, or lack thereof, prompts the question, why is it not that deep? To summarize, it is. Today, I'll be inputting on whether this should even be considered a controversy, the nuance and context that were lacking in the discussion, and the ever so classic diminishing of serious issues for the sake of people's faves. To begin, let's discuss the group at the center. Cortis is a 5th generation K-pop group debuting under Big Hit Music. Yeah. The group consists of 5 members who debuted August 18, 2025. A fact that is important here is that 4 out of the 5 members are minors. We need to consider this because of the trends and current climate for being a teenager. It is well known that most of Gen Z slang originated from AAV. African American Vernacular English. The adoption is so normalized, it's become seamless. But this is not the only thing being adopted. Fashion as well as music originating from black culture has also been historically adopted, not just by Gen Zers, but by the world. These are good things, of course. Globalization and the melding of cultures is great. However, this video is a glimpse of just how much has been adopted. Most of Cortis and ironically other K-pop groups have been inspired or directly stolen from black culture. This can be seen with controversial hairstyles, choreographies influenced or made by black dancers, and of course, the music. This is much more glaring with teenagers. Stay with me. Let's put a stereotype of a black person in a room with a teenager attempting to be cool. One of them is gonna say the N-word more than I can count, and it's not the one you think. My point here is to show the culture for teenagers has become synonymous with using black culture to seem cool. Subsequently, we can't really expect Cortis to be any different. Maybe with less N-bombs and more low-key and type shit. The video created is what some teenagers call fun. Half of the group is not even legal adults. But it's not just about the fun. I won't expect them to know how their actions can project some stereotypes, but what stereotype is that? You see, why were black people brought into the conversation? After all, the first thing you see in the comments is, I'm not black, I thought it was funny. So happy for you. Want a cookie? But I want to know why black culture is being dragged into the conversation. As another comment pointed out, black people aren't the only race with gangs. This circles back to the adoption of black culture, specifically in K-pop, because, it's everywhere. When you have teenagers sagging and rapping and doing hip-hop choreographies, you get this messy storm of cultural association, where these things that do exist in black culture become its symbols. But oh no, stereotypes. Yeah, that's the problem. These stereotypes exist, but black people aren't a monolith. Yeah, everyone saw that video and thought black, yet not one drop of melanin was in the frame. So for people to blatantly be binary is not the appropriate way to respond. Black people should never have needed to give the stamp of approval of whether it was funny or not. If it really wasn't that deep, there wouldn't be a discourse around it in the first place, huh? People defending their side of an argument doesn't happen on a standard Merry Christmas video. I know, you know, Lee knows. Lino knows. It's deep. Let's move away from Cortis to the audience. The problem. There's a pattern of diminishing the severity of actions when it's someone you actually stand. There are valid times when a fandom acknowledges that normal things are being taken too seriously and blown way out of proportion. But when it's coupled with claims such as, y'all want to cancel Cortis so bad, it's really ironic and hypocritical because the K-pop community had a completely reaction to the incident with the K-pop group Kiss of Life. They did a live stream mocking black people and swiftly felt the consequences. This is a reasonable question to ask because the boys themselves aren't scot-free either, as they originally captioned the video with a president and a ninja emoji, an emoji synonymous with black people or in place of the N-word. But I'm a hater, or I'm scared they're gonna overshadow my faith. First off, Stray Kids everywhere all around the world. Second, maybe I just want Black culture to not be capitalized on while diminishing the fact that it's the inspiration. It's illogical to assume everyone stating there's a problem with the video as a hater whose favorite group could never compete and are trying to wipe Cordis off the board because of that. And finally, they are not about that life. We seem to be forgetting that Korea is a relatively conservative country that has strict gun laws. Not to diminish their backgrounds, but I don't believe they've been impacted by gun violence. There are layers to realizing that what they're doing is just a cosplay. They can go undo it and relax, but for others, it's their reality that they live every day. So maybe let's not act like it's cool.